After 3 quarters of play. Each team had huge runs in the first half. Second half, back and forth tight throughout the second half. Knicks up by 1 after the third quarter, and they prevailed down the stretch.
And it was a team that plays a little bit differently. They don't have a prototypical big man, so Coach Brown had to adjust his lineups a little bit. You saw a different lineup to close the game. Just win, baby. Whatever it takes to win in this league. It's not easy. That's 7 straight wins. Knicks have been really rolling towards the end of the season, putting pressure on the Celtics for that 2 spot, doing exactly what they needed. And Jalen Brunson finishes the deal with a big fourth quarter, 15 big points.
Boston idle tonight. Knicks and Celtics effectively tied right now for the second spot in the Eastern Conference. And remember, with 9 games left, Knicks play Boston one more time, but the Knicks own the tiebreaker against the Celtics. All right, take us through the fourth quarter. It came down to the fourth quarter. Captain Clutch was Captain Clutch with those 15 fourth quarter points.
You know Jalen's going to be able to score, and Coach Mike Brown was manipulating matchups to start the fourth quarter. The bench was a lot better when Jalen was on the bench than they were to start the second quarter, and I think that was key minutes. Karl Anthony Towns hit a big 3. There he gets the putback. Mo Diawara got a bucket, and then when Jalen came in that fourth quarter, it was Jalen Brunson time. How about this guy? I loved his game as a freshman at Oklahoma last year. He was electric. I think the Pelicans found a future star. There's a turnover by the Knicks leading to an easy 2. So this Pelican team, they would not go away. That's Sadiq Bey, the fellow Villanova foe. But Jalen Brunson, wow, was he good down the stretch. Fired up, getting to the free throw line. Jordan Clarkson getting key crunch time minutes because of his defense. I love that.
Knicks went small, and that's when Clarkson was out there.
Josh Hart, big bucket there. Didn't attempt the 3. Come on, Josh. Although he did attempt when he got fouled.
Right, so it didn't count as an attempt at 3.
Exactly.
All right, game summary, very close numbers. As you take a look, New Orleans bench outscored the Knicks 40-23, but each team shot well. Rebounding total goes to the Knicks. Assists, pretty good on both sides. All the way up and down. Very good ball game. Here now with Jordan Clarkson. Jordan, thanks for stopping by. Tell us how you guys were able to prevail in the fourth quarter tonight.
Just continue to play our basketball, be physical defensively on that end, and then offensively, we let Cap take it home for us, and Brunson made big plays for us in the fourth.
So you're out of the rotation. Then back in Utah, you go for 27 points. Since then, you're averaging in 7 straight games over in the double-figure area. How were you able to stay ready and make a contribution when you haven't, prior to what you've been able to do, weren't really in the rotation?
Just continue to work. That's a credit to the organization, the young guys, for coming in. We all part of a program where we come in and play 5-on-5, 3-on-3. That's everybody down the line, and you know we keep staying ready, and we know it's next man up here, and we keep pushing it. And we trying to do something special, so we keep going.
Jordan, congrats. Thanks for stopping by.
My man, thank you.
How about Jordan Clarkson here lately? Been fantastic. 10 points, season high tying 5 assists, and was out there in crunch time because, as you mentioned, New Orleans doesn't have a big. Mike Brown went small, so Clarkson's out there with no Cat, no Mitchell Robinson.
It's the prototypical pro. That's what he's been his whole entire career. He's adjusting to a new team and a new role. He played key minutes when the Knicks won the NBA Cup in that run. So Mike Brown always knows to rely on him and trust him. There were a few different lineups that Mike Brown wanted to experiment with. Jordan Clarkson stayed ready, stayed in the lab, stayed in the gym. That's what you have to do. Then when his number's called, he has the monster game, and then he builds on it. And I think he needed to watch a little bit, too, and see that I'm going to earn minutes by playing defense. And he's capable of playing defense. He's been really good on that end of the floor. You always know the scoring's going to be there. So I give him a lot of credit. He's going to be key if the Knicks want to win a championship.
I mean, Clarkson at one point is the 6th man of the year with Utah. Yeah. He comes here, expectations are high, makes an early season contribution, then not playing at all. Yeah. Well, you're the ex-player. You've been in a scenario where sometimes your minutes go away. How do you stay together and not become a problem internally? Clarkson's done a phenomenal job.
Well, that's what it is all about. And, you know, the coaching staff has got to see different things. You know, in order to become the best possible team you can possibly be, you have to give other guys some quality minutes. You traded for Alvarado, so you got to get him out there on the floor, get him acclimated, get him playing. Mo Diawara's been playing some really good basketball. You know, Tyler Kolek showed signs this year. He's staying ready. He's scoring 42 in a G League game. He comes up and has a good, kind of garbage time performance. So you never know if Tyler Kolek's going to have to play meaningful minutes come the end of this season or maybe in the playoffs. You need all guys bought in 100% on what is it going to take to win a championship, because it's not easy, and you're going to need key contributions from everyone up and down this roster.
Alvarado, of course, used to be on the Pelicans, played only 9 minutes. Clarkson got 20 minutes off the bench. OG Anunoby, 18 points in the first half, 21 for the game, breathed like a winner, presented by Blue Air, and his defense on a couple of sequences, like one right there, fantastic on Zion Williamson.
I know you got to give up your body when you're playing against Zion, and Zion's going to attack. When he gets momentum, it's really tough. OG's the perfect matchup for him because OG has the strength and the length, and he's not going to back down. And this was a big-time performance by OG Anunoby. Mikal Bridges shot the ball at a really high level. He was outstanding. You have to match those wings. Herb Jones and Troy Murphy, the third, those guys can play and they're long, and the Knicks had matchups that could handle them, so that's what helped them get that win.
What do you think of the closing lineup?
I'm fine with it. It's all about matchups. If you know the Pelicans are going to go small, they don't really have a prototypical big at the 5 position. So Mike Brown, the reason why he did it is because he knows he doesn't have to worry about the offensive end of the floor. He knows Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter. He can score whenever he wants. He's the clutch player of the year. The offense is going to be fine. Surround him with shooters. It's how do I match up best to give us a chance to win on the defensive end of the floor. And he wanted to make sure he had like matchups and size matchups with the quickness advantage. You could also switch all pick and rolls at that point in the game. He was all about what gives me the best chance to get stops, and that's why he went small and went with Jordan Clarkson and all those other guys.
Really interesting. Had not seen that all year long.
Got to match up with the other team sometimes.
Let us now bring in Monica McNutt, helped to call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. Monica, what do you think? We're talking about the lineup during crunch time for Mike Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Wally. That's what we were talking about on the radio. You go small to match up with what was out there in terms of not having a traditional big. And I got to say, Jordan Clarkson typically would probably not be in that position if Shaman and McBride are healthy, but I thought he did a really good job of coming in with the defensive focus, on a Jeremiah Fears in particular, who was playing with a head of steam. Like, he had 21 before he actually ended up not closing the basketball game. So that was a heightened task, if you will, for a guy that you don't typically call upon. Oh, you guys know this guy for defensive effort?
You got in on my drip, man.
I did.
I'm going to get in on your show.
Okay. That's fine by me. The more the merrier. But I thought this was a good win, and I think it was a step in the right direction. We came through a 5-game slog, if you will, of teams that maybe weren't trying to really do anything. And I think the Knicks, there was some human nature that crept in, even though they were victorious in those wins. Tonight, the team was sharp and attentive. They got 7 guys in double figures, y'all. I thought they had a really good floor game.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson, Monica, he's just so good down the stretch of those games. And I got to ask you, Josh Hart didn't attempt a 3. What are your thoughts on that also?
So, listen, Tyler was on this streak. I heard you pregame, Wally. He was on this streak. He's like, it doesn't count because he got fouled. Yeah. So the streak lives. We're excited for it. I mean, that is sort of a serendipitous stat if Josh can achieve it in a year where he really has made himself a weapon from the three-point line. And he's had to ride the wave with some highs and lows with that three-point shooting. But if he can do that, I think that will be sort of a really encouraging sort of statistical achievement to encourage him to keep shooting, because it's good for him and it's good for this team.
All right, Monica, let's drill down specifically on Jalen Brunson. Tonight's thrilling moment brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. And Brunson, fourth quarter, dominant, 15 of his 32.
Yeah, and he rattled off that 8, I believe, to start the fourth quarter, and then really got it going. I mean, he's a closer for a reason, right? As much as we talked with members on the side of the New Orleans Pelicans, they're like, our team is better than what they look on paper, but we don't have a closer. The Knicks don't have that problem. They are as good as they look on paper, and they do, in fact, have a closer. And I thought when we saw Jalen Brunson just take the ball off the inbounds play, and then there was a play off of a defensive rebound, that he just went to the basket and scored, as opposed to waiting for the Knicks offense to try to get a quality shot, because there were some moments when they got late in the shot clock and the selection wasn't really prime. But when he just got to the rim, it was effective. It was early in the shot clock. It got his confidence going, and it put his team in a confident position to close the ball game around him.
Yeah, and I think that small lineup helped him. It opens up the floor a little bit. You're playing 5 out, basically. So he